Oh, it seems like the crypto bull market is back. Bitcoin just hit $80,000, every single altcoin going parabolic, and even some altcoins going up 50% in just one day. Shout out to Athena right there. But really, this run is so much different than any of the previous ones. I'm more excited than I've ever been. But I think it's really important to know why exactly that is, because there are 5 main reasons that what we are seeing right now is just so mind-boggling. And if you don't know these reasons, well, you can't trade the market properly, I think. So first of all, let me just quickly put up a couple of different catalysts that brought us to where we're at right now. First of all, the main reason the market saw an initial uptick has to do with the fact that the Treasury all of a sudden decided, you know what? We're going to double our bond buyback program from $2 billion to $4 billion. That was the initial burst the market needed to get back from negative to positive. And just before that, XRP was 97 cents, Bitcoin was not looking good, and all of a sudden, gold was raising, silver was raising, and Bitcoin was also back in the green. That was the initial pump before the crypto conference, the Trump / all these crypto founders situation came up. And basically in that, right, we call that the White House crypto meeting. Trump basically pushed the Senate on the Crypto Clarity Act, which is reason number 3. But also, he basically said that some of these crypto platforms like Hyperliquid, he gave it basically the thumbs up. And he just said that they do not want to lose the status of being the best in the world in this sector, in the innovation sector. And by that logic then, well, if Trump gives another thumbs up right in front of your face, the last times he's done that, the market did really, really well. And if you remember back in October 2025, the reason the entire market crashed like crazy was also because of some Trump tariff situation. He has a big effect on our markets, ladies and gentlemen. So that is reason number 2. Reason number 3 is the Clarity Act closure vote is happening within a couple of weeks. All right, we're 4 weeks out, basically 3 weeks, matter of fact, from the Clarity Act closure date where it gets brought up to Senate, and we think that the crypto in the United States rules will get approved on that date, which is just a couple of days away, right? Now, the thing is, I've also shown y'all a couple of different videos where you can basically see that, for example, the CFTC lead said, if the Senate does not push this through, you can see right here, if Clarity continues to stall because of Democratic obstruction, the CFTC will utilize its existing authorities to begin establishing a regime for crypto asset markets. We owe it to the American people to do so. Now, obviously, this is also a very big vouch because they're basically stating if the SEC doesn't do it, or rather, if it doesn't go through right now, because the SEC's part is actually mostly already finished, if it doesn't go through because the Democrats don't want it to be, whatever, we'll get something done. And that is, again, the biggest vouch the crypto market could need, because that basically means these guys at the CFTC, they want it bad, all right? And the biggest thing that could keep us from getting to the next level, right, the clarity, well, that's not an issue anymore either. Now, another very important part is the short squeeze. Matter of fact, many call for what we're seeing right now in the market as an entirely generated pump based on a short squeeze. What we're referring to is, take a look at this. Boris said that Bitcoin's rally this week, CryptoQuant's Boris, analyst Boris, primarily by concentrated short liquidations in Binance futures rather than spot buying. Binance's short squeeze indicator rose to 7, its highest level since November of 2024, and he said much of the move was fueled by forced buying as short positions were closed, warning that Bitcoin could face a pullback if spot demand fails to take over once the squeeze loses momentum. But here's the kicker. I very much agree with this notion. I agree that what we're seeing right now is primarily led by the fact that shorts got absolutely liquidated, absolutely obliterated, and that what we're seeing is basically a copy of October-November 2024. But I will tell you one thing, what we're seeing right now in terms of short liquidations, today again $1 billion, and over the past couple of days, just take a look at that, is unprecedented in the history of Bitcoin, or actually in the history of crypto. So even though this squeeze could lose momentum, right, at some point, if we take a look, and I could just scroll back all the way towards like beginning of 2021, never in the history have we ever seen a squeeze this large. And so sometimes I like to show you guys those memes of, you know, when the sellers are tired, then it's a picture of David Goggins, who never gets tired, something like that. When the sellers get tired, we will win, whatever. But then just kind of turn it around saying, you know what? sellers here must be really freaking tired because they just got absolutely wrecked. Similarly, like how people got wrecked, the longs got wrecked over on October 10th. This is like a little redemption day of sorts, and it's so much different because we, first of all, have never, officially we've seen it once. I think this is the second highest short liquidations we've ever seen. But I, at least in the past, cannot remember a day where we saw a squeeze this large, which is basically reason number 4. And then reason number 5, think about it like this. What we're seeing right now, this is a Bitcoin chart, right? We just hit $80,000. What we're seeing right now is the biggest candle we have seen in like forever. Now, of course, there is still a couple of days for the week to close on in, and we can, of course, reverse it, but everything is basically looking like what we saw back in November of 2024, which primarily was great for altcoins. Bitcoin didn't have the craziest of rises, but here's, for example, XRP, an altcoin that started the rally back then. If you take a look at how XRP is going right now, right, and you compare the two, yeah, nowhere ever since basically July of 2025 was a candle this great and this green. Now, we do want to set through with this momentum. And of course, as I've covered quite a while, or for quite a lot here, we know the most important levels. This is, again, all done with the power of AI. We know exactly where the most likely turnarounds are going to be, and we're watching that, of course, very carefully. And again, I'm not telling you guys that this is a guaranteed thing. I'm just saying this push is different, and we do not expect the market to quickly be back at like $60,000 or $58,000, mostly because of all the fundamentals I just mentioned. Now, I will state that there is, of course, a bit of potential for things to go slower, because we're going so freaking fast. And when you look at it, the low that we saw right now was 100 days too early. We expected the low to be right around the October mark, and then Q4 to be just blast off and go crazy. This was a little bit too fast, and in the grand scheme of things, like a couple months too fast, really. But it could be that every single cycle just goes a bit quicker from here on forward. And so when we really break it down, we've got ourselves the squeeze. And what that showcases is this is not retail getting excited about Bitcoin again. It's basically all the people that were in shorts, they were forced out because of this, well, it seems at least, Treasury announcement. And because they were forced out, they had to buy. Going into the new Trump announcement, and because we've got ourselves the clarity coming up next month, they were actually pretty excited, at least with some bias. But again, they had to buy because of the earlier squeeze, and that kind of like the squeeze, it made more of a squeeze come, right? That's why they're talking right now about this momentum sometimes losing steam. And remember, a lot of coins that go on a crazy gain spree doesn't necessarily mean it's going to continue to gain. And so what I mean with that is, just because a coin has done some crazy numbers, I'm going to quickly find it out here. Just because a coin is up crazy on the daily or a couple of days doesn't mean necessarily that it's going to stay the best performer. However, we argue that the most important thing we could see in the crypto market right now is like a plus 30-40% day or so in some altcoins, because that basically shows the demand for it, and that's what we saw. But since the altcoin season index is not absolutely popping, and fear and greed is also, by the way, at one of the highest points in a long time, which is good and bad. The reason it's good is because it showcases, again, that people all of a sudden, ooh, they're going to look at the crypto market again. It's kind of bad because, well, we've not seen this since December of 2025, and the prices are really not that high just quite yet, and we're already back in such crazy amounts of greed. But I was trying to say that the, if it quickly loads on in, the altcoin season index, basically, that doesn't load in for some reason right now, showcases that Bitcoin is actually still the biggest gainer out of all. Now, this is usually where the best opportunity to buy is at, when Bitcoin is still one of the biggest gainers. And right now, today, that's actually very much true. This is your most precious of days. If you look at the market cap, and Bitcoin outperforms a lot of the other top cryptos, you're in a very good spot. Why? Because for every single main market increase, Bitcoin usually is the center of it. And so if we see this number all of a sudden spike like crazy, that would lead us to be more towards the end of the run. And if we look back at 2024, for example, and the craziness of this run, you know that XRP went on a crazy run, many altcoins followed, but it was actually just a couple of coins that did really well at the start. If all of a sudden the altcoin season index pops up like crazy, I'd actually get more afraid of some sort of top than not. Then again, so what is the conclusion here? This pump is not the same as many of the pumps we've seen prior. There's a lot of backing behind this pump except for spot volume. Spot volume is so great because it really shows people actually deciding to take time out of the day to click buy on coins, rather than being forced to buy because of their short liquidations. Now, in the background, we are seeing more and more institutions join the game, and we've actually got a lot of new announcements as well of BlackRock again saying that 1 to 2% is definitely what all these companies should be holding, or announcements of a similar stature like Citibank here saying $2.8 trillion Citibank to launch Bitcoin custody for institutional clients. Like, these guys are moving in, and that's all with the preparation of the new crypto clarity rules coming up next month. At the same time, we've got the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, saying zoom out a little bit. We don't know where we're going to be at over the next couple of months, but we think that we'll hit 300 to 400,000 by 2030. And that's actually the most important part when you think about it. It's like, maybe these moves right now that we're seeing are all noise, but we know where things are headed eventually. And so we've got some really bullish factors, Clarity Act, we've got ourselves the Treasury, we had ourselves the Trump meeting, we had ourselves the short squeeze, and we had the fact that this is the biggest move of the year. 5 very good reasons, and basically 2 factors that are taking us down a notch. 1, it was a short squeeze, which was good because it basically means all the shorts are getting wrecked and they're scared. But there's not as much backing in terms of spot volume, but people actually choosing to buy, let's call it. And also another one that has to be mentioned is, well, actually I can kind of think of 2. One is, just because it's the biggest move of the year doesn't necessarily mean that the market's all of a sudden going to continue to pop off, right? Even though this is the most exciting point we've seen since December of 2025, well, just because people got excited again doesn't necessarily just move the market to go crazy. And actually, on that note, I split it up into 2 parts. We had a bit of a bias for the market actually not going crazy just quite yet, as we kind of expected it to be like October or so, or let's just say end of September, beginning of October, for us to make some sort of real bottom. And so the fact that we're still like a month or 2 away from that kind of leads us to believe that maybe somewhere in the middle we'll have some sort of crying session still before we get taken to the promised lands. But the nicest thing is, we expected the first half of the year to be kind of flat. It was. We expect the next couple of months to be a slow rise with some chopping sessions, which, well, we've seen a chopping session, but another one was predicted and did not happen just quite yet. But the general outlook is still, we're most likely going to be finding ourselves at bottom within the next 2 months or so before crazy liftoff towards the end of the year. And I really believe Q4 is going to go absolutely nuts, but maybe, just maybe, because of the Clarity Act, because of Trump, and the massive short liquidations, things can happen a bit quicker, just like how the 10th of October actually caused us to go down a bit quicker for the crypto market. Anyway, guys, if you're looking for a crypto exchange to trade on, make sure you check out the links down below. I've left a couple of different links to exchanges that I personally use, but right now over on Blowfin, you get yourself a couple of really nice discounts for trading and some very nice deposit bonuses. But actually, every single one of the exchanges links I've got down below will give you some very nice bonuses just for signing up, so you can check those out. And I stream every single day on this channel talking about crypto. So if you're interested in any crypto talks and knowing what's going on in the crypto market, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video somewhere later today.